Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about how to use rotationless insertions to your advantage so they don't slow you down but rather speed you up. So I classify these into three kinds of insertions, and side note, I'm not going over all the different kinds of things you can do. I'm just assuming you know some already, and I'm just giving tips on how to use them effectively. So the first kind is kind of just the normal way you would solve, but it just happens to be that you don't have to use a rotation. So for example, just a 3-move insert such as that. So that's rotationless, if you want to say. Second thing is shortcuts that do not involve M slices. So these can be a lot of different things, but here's an example where if I was holding it like this, I'm going to insert this edge here, and this is one where the back slot has to be empty. So if I did this, no rotation, pretty quick. Yeah, so that's the second kind. And then the third kind, which is the kind of one you have to decide whether or not to use based on your cubing style, is the M slice one. So here we have a 3-move insertion, but I would have to do a rotation, so like this, right? But with M slices, you can do it without a rotation. So this is the one I'm going to focus on because, as you can see, the second way I did it, it had no rotations, but it was a lot more moves. So that's the first thing that you have to consider when deciding whether or not to use a certain algorithm or just M slices in general, is whether or not it's time effective for you. So for me it isn't, because I don't turn super fast, so I would lose time. Rotating is just faster for that one for me. But if you do turn really fast, that may be more time effective to use the M slices. Also for me, look ahead does not go well when I use M slice anything really. Because just with all this stuff floating up here, like M slice stuff, it just confuses me. So I have trouble finding the next pair. Even if it is faster for that current pair, it slows me down for the next pair. But once again, if it's effective for you, then just go ahead and use it. But it just takes some trial and error. Don't feel like you have to use rotationless algorithms just because they're rotationless, because if they take longer, then it's not helping you. And then the last thing is, this is where you should always use rotationless algorithms, is to help manipulate the last layer OLL. So you can use M slices to do that, and you should always do that because it will always save you time on the OLL, because the more edges you have face up, the shorter the OLL algorithms are, and therefore the faster your times. So that's the one thing that you should do, even if you're like me and look ahead doesn't go well and you don't turn as fast or whatever. So yeah, so that's the last thing, is you want to manipulate the edges of the last layer. So hopefully this gave you some good guidelines to follow for rotationless algorithms, and thank you for watching.